correct?
I did.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm not a politician. And you hear people say that, but truly I'm not. It's about a year ago I decided to, when I was retired, to actually do something for the state, for the country, because of the mess we were in.
Right.
And we're still in.
So how does agriculture play a role in Alabama and the politics there?
Well, the Commissioner of Agriculture is the second most powerful job behind the governor in the constitutional office there. Not only does agriculture, it's agriculture and industries. And the industry side is all the industry that comes in addition to all the agriculture that's there.
Great. So give us a little bit of background on how important agriculture is, not only to Alabama, but to the country in terms of economically.
You like to eat, don't you?
Right, exactly.
Okay. Well, what you have to look at is agriculture. We used to be the breadbasket of this country and of the world, to tell you the truth. And what's happened is you've noticed. Have you noticed prices going up?
Yeah.
You noticed food going up.
Right.
It's not inflation. It's not,
you don't think it's inflation?
You see an inflation rate anywhere? What is it? 2%, 3%, whatever. Now the food has gone up, what, in the last year, 28%, something like that. And you bring it all back to, say, oil. Oil starts everything moving forward. Your vehicles, the trucks that bring things in. And then some idiot said that we want to make ethanol out of corn. So we took 41% of the nation's corn supply to make a dribble of fuel that it's not even, you count it. So you took the corn out of the food chain for animals and for people.
Right.
A box of corn flakes, what's that cost you these days?
About $5.
There you go. Used to be $1.98, you know?
Right. Exactly. So how do you feel about the Obama administration saying that they are going to give more money to ethanol subsidies, and it's proven that they do not work and they do not stimulate the economy, and it's not an efficient way to run our vehicles and and really have our energy?
Well, they haven't done much right in the last 2 years. Okay. So what I'm looking at, if you want to do any kind of fuel subsidies, there's a little thing down in the South and all over this country called switchgrass. And switchgrass will produce about 6 to 7 times as much as corn will for the ethanol. But ethanol, this is a good feel. We feel good about trying to do something, and we really don't want to deplete our resources. Right. Well, why don't we start using them? If we're going to deplete them, we have to use them first, don't we? We have, we can't drill in the Gulf. We can't drill out west. ANWR, they're about to shut down because a moose went through there about 6 years ago. And now we say, well, we're going to deplete our oil resources and all that. Well, wait, how? We're not pumping anything. Right. Sarah will talk to you about that.
So, yeah, she will. Too bad she's not here. But so, do you think that drilling in the Gulf and in ANWR and out west, do you think that will eventually lower food prices? From an agriculture perspective.
It's not just one thing. It's like jobs. You say, well, what would you do for jobs? There's 5, 6, 7 things you have to do simultaneously for jobs to be created. But as far as oil goes and bringing the price of oil down, oil's a commodity, and you have to look at also the people on that are manipulating the prices on the exchange. And there's certain laws and regulations that you can put in and that will, kind of work it down.
Great.
And you take that along with the drilling. We have 300 or 400 years, or maybe 200 years of oil supply. During the same time here, and let the people in the Middle East keep their oil, okay? And let's do our own thing. It's how about America first for a change?
Right. So on the topic of subsidies and taxes, do you think that, how do you feel about the government subsidizing farmers? Farming is one of the most highly subsidized industries in the country.
You know why?
You tell me.
Well, think about it. Boil it all the way back to when this great country started, back when the wagon trains went out west and all that. We really didn't have any businesses other than farming. That's kind of like Alabama. When Alabama started, we had a governor and we had a commissioner of agriculture.
Right.
Because the governor ran the state and the commissioner of agriculture, well, that was the only business there.
Right.
So what happened was, during the time span from all the way back to here, that we subsidized the farmer because the farmer fed everybody. And they were individual farms. It was that's how families lived.
Right. We
had down the street was a farm, down the street was a farm, down the street, and that's how they made a living. So the government came along. That's actually probably one of the only programs that ever worked. It's not so good today.
So would you say that the farming subsidies need reform now that we're
now they do big time, and corporate farms now, they say, well, corporations take over. Well, a lot of family farms are corporations because of taxes. So large corporations now, they really don't need the subsidy. I mean, they really don't.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Now, I'm not in this little bubble in there to understand the latitudes and the leeway we have with that and the impact. But from an outside point of view, kind of like yours, kind of like mine, you know, that's the way we look at it, okay?
Right. So what's your plan moving forward, wrapping up here?
Driving back to Birmingham.
Driving back to Birmingham? All right, what about agriculture, fishing? Do you have plans to run again, or?
I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think. We have a good guy there now.
Good.
And maybe he'll run again. And I backed him when someone asked me, says, well, Dale, you have a write-in over there for president. And I said, yeah, I do. And they said, well, you finished third in an agriculture race in Alabama. And I said, yeah, it's a tough race.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time today. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for stopping by.